here. I think because we're so jam-packed, I'm going to start right on time. I'm Kathy Towner with Wing Communications, an internet marketing company located in Des Moines. I'm also co-president currently of NAWBO, Iowa, and happily rounding down 2-year term with Kendra Urkema at that position. So we're very excited today because this presentation has been in the works for quite a while. We did something a little bit similar a while back, but this is new and improved, and our presenters have worked hard. So I really am just here to welcome all of you and welcome all of them and say, let's get it going. And with that, I think I'm turning it over to Amy Hutchins.
Yes, or Marianne. Marianne is on the board of our membership team. So
that's right.
Do you want to take a quick second and just kind of introduce yourself to those that don't know you, and although you might be muted. or she's just decided no. Oh, she might have been pulled away. Actually, she's in her office, it looks like. Well, Marianne Kennedy is the owner of Primary Source. Here she is.
Oh, turn your mic on, Marianne.
Still muted.
I said, sometimes you just have to be real, okay? So everyone understands that. Yes, thank you. I get the pleasure of not only telling you a little bit about NAWBO's mission and our diversity statement, but to introduce the 3 facilitators for this session and these ongoing sessions to help you get the most out of your NAWBO membership. So first, Amy Hutchins. Wave, Amy, there you go. She's the owner of Market Logic. It's a marketing and sales consultant company which focuses on your planning and sales process. She is also, and this is my addition, she's also a guru of creating and using analytics and stats to help your business and will wow you with results. Next, I want to mention Wendy Frederigill. Wendy. She's the owner of Empowered Life Mindset Coaching, and she is a holistic coach incorporating the big 5 F's. I want you to check out her website and see what those 5 F's are, which is empoweredlifehealthcoach.com. So that'll intrigue you, I know. Next, Michelle Miller. Where's Michelle?
She might just be getting on here. I see Tammy.
Michelle Miller is with New York Life. She's a financial planner. She helps you build and focus on your overall wealth, and she'll show you that that is more than just dollars. Michelle is great at building relationships and building your long-term plan. So these 3 ladies are also on our membership team, as is Latanya Shook, I see there, and Tammy Stiefel. Awesome. And as of July, Wendy Frederigill and Michelle Miller will take over the head of the membership team with the rest of us helping them. So without further ado, I'm going to turn that over to Amy to talk to you about why NAWBO and why join NAWBO.
Yeah, or get us kicked off. And then Wendy, do you have the slide deck to share? Is that? Oh, I think you're muted.
I think since I'm going to share my screen, I might have to put this screen down so that doesn't pop up. So I didn't consider that.
That's okay. We'll just take you. The PowerPoint that Wendy's going to pull up will actually be sent out to all of you in follow up to this meeting. So we're not going to walk through everything that you see verbatim. We're just going to hit on things high level. But the nice thing is we'll email this to you afterwards, and you can just kind of dive in a little more detail to some of the benefits that we're featuring. We're going to introduce you to some members, and we offer direct links out to their business and their email address if you ever want to connect. And I'm going to do you want me to share on my end?
If you can share on your end, I'm going to have to switch onto my laptop. It's not letting me do it. and have the screen up. So I'll quickly do that in the background if you just want to start.
I sure will.
Back up,
All
please.
right. Can you guys all see that screen? Thumbs up, looks good. Okay. Great. So today, you know, it's really important as you join NAWBO. It's important to us as new members join that we ensure you understand all things NAWBO and ultimately how to get the most out of your membership. So we set up this 3-part series, and today is Why NAWBO. We'll talk about our perspective a little bit on why NAWBO, as well as share some of the benefits of being a NAWBO member. Next week, we'll be updating your profile, which is super important, and that'll be both your national profile and your local profile here for NAWBO Iowa. And then the third session are all the different ways that you can get involved and really make the most out of your NAWBO membership. So those are the 3 series. Hope you can join us for all. Wanted to kick things off and just share the NAWBO Iowa current year theme. So this was designed and kicked off late last year, and it's Give to Grow, making connections that work. So basically saying when we give of ourselves and our talents, we're able to help others grow as well. Sorry, I fast forwarded that. And I think as we go through this, just something, wanted to kick off with the Give to Grow theme, just so that you kind of can put into perspective some of the different things that NAWBO is looking to accomplish this year and really build upon our current theme. So the next couple slides, and we're not gonna go through all of them in detail, but you'll get to see the lovely faces of some of our current NAWBOs, but we wanted to offer to you personal perspectives from other team members as to how NAWBO has most benefited them from their perspective for their business. And since we happen to have Kathy on the webinar with us today, Kathy, you want to share from your perspective, and as the current president of NAWBO, obviously you feel passionate about it if you stepped up to that role. So just how NAWBO's most benefited you.
Well, I couldn't have said it better than what I said when I wrote that little paragraph, so I'll just read it. I honestly wouldn't be here, and it's true, as a business owner without my NAWBO sisters. I have a story to tell, and if you ever want to hear it, give me a call. I like to say this is the professional development opportunity you've been looking for, the advocacy challenge you're most passionate about, and the support you didn't know you needed at the time you least expected. And that's something that's really hard to convey until you've experienced it, but I guarantee it's true.
It is. It's really true. And we would love to be able to take the time for all of us to go through and kind of share with you, how NAWBO's benefited us. But we're going to stick to the timeline today. But what you'll see when we send this out is we'll introduce you to some other folks that are part of the NAWBO organization. Claudia Schabel of Schabel Solutions, Lorraine Harden, and what this deck does for you is it allows you to link out, learn more about their business, why NAWBO, what NAWBO means to them, and then also even reach out an email. That's a great benefit of being part of this organization is we all welcome communications from other NAWBO members. So we do invite you to reach out direct. And do we have this lovely lady on with us today? Did I see her face? I can't see everybody's face at this point, but did I see Shana? She might be muted.
Sorry, yes, I'm here. Hi, everyone.
Hello. You want to take just a second and talk a little bit about your involvement with NAWBO and what it's meant for you and your business?
Oh, absolutely. I'm part of a network group like NAWBO, one that really helps collaborate with other businesses and get to know other people's struggles as women business owners. So I've really enjoyed that connection. One that I've never had because I was never part of a sorority or anything like that. So this is a good group of women to be a part of. So I really appreciate that. And I think the more I become involved, I'm still learning about everything we have to offer. It's just been a really great experience for kind of a newbie. I've been in business for almost 3 years, so it's been a good experience.
Thank you so much. And now, again, we want to keep things moving, but I would love to maybe one or two folks that are new to NAWBO, maybe just a quick overview of who you are and how you ended up connecting with and joining NAWBO. Any volunteers? I'm going to pick. I have to see. I have to be able to. LaTanya, you want to chat a little bit? You're on mute. You have to unmute real quick.
I kind of knew it.
I picked you.
Knew it. Well, originally I was introduced to NAWBO by Marianne Kennedy quite some time ago, and I drug my feet. But she was consistently just sharing with me the benefits of NAWBO and that I really needed to be a part of it. And it took me a little while, and I finally came through, and now I'm trying to be more proactive in understanding what NAWBO is all about. And I love helping people, so I know that's really what the biggest theme is for NAWBO, is to help each other out to become better at what we do. So I'm glad I'm
So
here.
here you are.
Yes.
It's good to see your face.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to share? Okay. Well, I'm meeting some new faces just by virtue of this webinar. So excited, maybe someday face-to-face I can learn more about your story and why you joined NAWBO. Well, with that, we are going to turn things over to Mary Ann so she can chat with you a little bit more about the mission of NAWBO.
Thank you. Wonderful. And wonderful to see so many women on this Zoom meeting. We want to mention our mission, and we do mention our mission at every education event that we have. NAWBO propels women entrepreneurs into economic, social, and political spheres of power. And we do that through a few ways. We obviously our goal is to strengthen the wealth creating capacity of our members. We create the business development for, not specifically for each of them, but help them with education programs, networking, resources. NAWBO will help you build strategic alliances, and that's what many of our events are built around, is so that you can meet women no matter what course you're taking or what type of business you're in. You will find resources and affiliations that will help you propel your business into even more success. And NAWBO differs from every other chamber group or networking group because we have a strong public policy arm. Claudia Schabel is highly involved in that, and I'm sure she would gladly have help with that. But NAWBO has a direct connection to our governor, everyone at the State House, our representatives, not locally, but also nationally. So NAWBO as a group does affect public policy. So if you have an interest in that, we can always share more with you. But we're all about helping you strengthen your business. And every event that we have is designed around this mission. We want to make sure that this mission is upheld into every event, every education piece that we provide.
And we go into a bit more detail on each of those in terms of how we do this. And again, we'll send that out and follow up. But we also, and this might have been our first year of implementation, Mary Ann, but we have a NAWBO diversity statement that I think is important to highlight as well.
Yes. NAWBO, once again, not only locally, but nationally, is a membership organization that welcomes diversity in every manner, whether it's race, religion, age, sexual orientation, disability, national origin. So we welcome all those. And we want to bring this up because we want every member to be aware of this so that we can increase our diversity. So please keep that in mind as we're having events and educational opportunities. If women that you know, women business owners that you know, no matter what their culture or background is, that you invite them to NAWBO to be a part of that. That will only help the strength of our organization.
Hello, thank you, Amy, for taking
Yes, sorry.
the slides. I'm trying to work on 2 different computers and that didn't work. So thanks for doing that. So next we have some cool stats. I'm a newer member too. I just joined, I believe it was in October or November of last year. And I would say for me, since I'm a company of one, I have really loved just having other business owners to talk to. And when I'm feeling a little nervous or scared in my own business, that I have a group of people to reach out to that are in the same boat. So I love that. I don't know if you're in the next screen yet. I'm still bouncing back and forth. So yes, I think one of the things that stood out to me on this page was over 50 chapters across the US with over 10 million women business owners. Like, so not only do I have people to reach out to here in Des Moines, but Iowa and all across the nation. I mean, that's pretty incredible if you think about it, because I don't just do business with people in Iowa. I can work with people all over the country. So I found that really exciting too. And that's what we'll talk about next time as far as your profile, is really making sure you have all your information in there so people can find you. Again, you know, there's lots of numbers here, but the things that stood out to me was the first one, that, you know, almost half have been in business for 10 plus years. Again, that goes back to feeling scared with a newer business, to have these people to reach out to. But then also that there's also a portion of people under 45. So what I think is great about that is we have such a nice variation of ages, which allows for some mentorship. The great thing about the younger people is they can really help us people above a certain age get into, you know, social media and really like understanding this. I mean, Trisha is so fantastic. She's does all of the stuff. Her team does stuff for Facebook, Instagram. So I think that's pretty cool. Just the opportunity to even mentor with someone within the group. And that shows right there that 75%.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay. 75% of people renew because of that sense of community. So I think all of these statistics are pretty cool. I'm not going to read them all to you. You can read them later. I know we're going to send this in an email, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
And those are national stats, but here's just a little bit of an overview of where we sit with Iowa as well.
Yeah, so even just in Iowa, I think you guys had mentioned that we're one of the bigger NAWBO groups nationally, so that's pretty cool. Am I right on that, Marianne?
Yes,
I can,
our membership right now stands at 130.
Ooh.
Yeah.
which I think makes us the second largest chapter in the nation.
Woohoo.
That's pretty cool.
That is great.
Especially as you see all the service provide, you know, people that provide actual services. Again, just even that part about succession planning for their business. So those are people you can reach out to if you don't have that.
So some quick
the one-
stats and
Yeah.
and we'll send that all out
Yeah.
in an email, but we just wanted you to be a little more familiar with you know, nationally, everything that you have at your reach and what that makeup of women looks like, and then what you have here locally as well. And that is our next section really quick, and then we're going to dive into benefits, very specific benefits. But you know, when I was a newer member, one thing that I was trying to get my arms around was, okay, what does it mean to be a member of NAWBO Iowa? And then also we have this, you know, national chapter of, and I'm so sorry about my dog. I will kick her out here in a second, but we have NAWBO National, and that comes with its own set of advantages and benefits as well. So wanted to highlight for all of you newer members, why two separate organizations? I think what's most important to keep in mind here is that while we have, as an example, two different websites, the mission is all the same. Wendy talked about, you know, over 10 million women that NAWBO National is representing, entrepreneurs in all sectors, sizes, stages of development. But then we have our state level. So not just Iowa, but of course, you know, state levels, state chapters nationwide. And you know, what's so fabulous about the state chapters is we can interact in person. We get to engage with each other. We get to support and build our community of women business owners. And we have that direct connection to not only leadership development, but also the opportunity to help mentor other women and help grow their businesses. So two entities, you could say, but the same mission. When we look at similarities, there are member discounts and benefits for both national and local, and we'll go over those in just a moment. But the access to network. So at the national website, you have access to the national member database, which is huge if you're looking to do business outside of Iowa. You're not limited to a geographic footprint. You also have access to all members of the Iowa chapter as well. And you'll see that a bit more next session when we go in and look at the websites and look at the profile. The monthly you guys, I am so sorry about my dog. Hold on one second.
I'm going to try to pick up maybe where she left off, guys.
I'm so
there
sorry.
she is. You go ahead.
the beauty of working at home now. So anyway, the monthly educational and programming communications that are offered to you are different. So what you get from national is different from Iowa. So that is something similar that we both offer, but they do come from two different sources. And then Marianne hit earlier on the advocacy, and you know, the members of NAWBO and the women that serve on the board of NAWBO National and NAWBO Iowa are very respected with elected officials in both DC and here at our state capitol. And we are all also recognized as thought leaders on women's business issues. So again, some similarities that you see between Iowa and national. That doesn't change based on, you know, where you might be sitting physically. Some differences. And these are differences just to, you know, in a good way, simply something to point out to you. When you look at Iowa, we are one statewide chapter. When you look at national, we're broken into 4 different regions. So that's just more of a logistical thing. Independent social media channels, that is a difference. So NAWBO Iowa has their own Facebook page, own LinkedIn, things of, you know, the different social channels, whereas NAWBO National has their own Facebook page, their own Twitter account. So it is important to keep in mind that just because you consider yourself, you know, as an example, more affiliated with NAWBO Iowa, you like their Facebook page, you can also go out and like the NAWBO National Facebook page, because they are two separate independent channels. When you look at NAWBO Iowa, you get the opportunity to host events. So, you know, once we get out of our pandemic quarantine and we're able to go back to some more of our face-to-face interactions, you know, you have the ability to get your name out there and host some of these great events that NAWBO Iowa helps coordinate and put on. We also really work to promote and share you and your business. We want to feature you in our newsletters and on our social media channels. You know, and on the national side, you have the ability to, you know, submit articles, educational articles that you might like NAWBO National to feature that, you know, you feel, you know, is a relevant topic that you can help educate other women business owners as well. Both parties, both our local and national, offer NAWBO Educational Institute. So ours is kicking off in July, and we won't share much detail now, but that's something to look forward to, as we are kicking off a NAWBO Iowa Business Institute. On the national side, NAWBO has an educational institute that you can join and participate in virtual workshops quite frequently. And then, of course, another key difference is our national events versus local events. And you can learn more about those and ways to get engaged in our third session. So what this means for you. These are just simply things to point out to you as newer members, to understand that you're not confined geographically to the state of Iowa. If you do business outside of Iowa, you have this whole entire national database at your fingertips to leverage and take advantage of. Just a reminder that you have 2 profiles, one for national because they're 2 separate websites, and one for Iowa, and that's next week's session. You can learn more there. And then also a reminder that just because you like, as an example, NAWBO Iowa on Facebook, you still have to go out and follow NAWBO National if you want to get the great content that they're also putting out to members as well. So that kind of summarizes, you know, national versus local chapters. And if you have any questions on that at the end, we can work to clarify that. But for now, Michelle is going to talk you through some additional benefits that you get as being both a national and local chapter member.
Thank you, Amy. Amy already hit on a few of these benefits, so we'll just kind of hit the highlights. I'm going to really encourage you to log on to NAWBO.org to look at the national benefits. And a couple of keys here are really the educational pieces of this. There's a resource center that is providing kind of up-to-date information. So there's information out there right now about the COVID-19 resources to help you run your business, educational type pieces about that. With some of the business loans, there's information about that too. So it's really a timely resource center on a national level. So that may be a great resource for some of you. The NAWBO Institute has ongoing e-learning series, and there's programs that address leadership issues. There's programs that address specific kind of business specific, like tax issues or doing bookkeeping or whatever. There's different modules that you can participate in. So there's a lot of great resources out there. I also wanted to shout out with the e-learning series that Roxanne Pals, one of our very own, is hosting one of these e-learning series this week on Friday at 9:30. So jump on and you can register for that event and support Roxanne. So if you want to go to the next slide, Wendy. Wendy's running it. One of the other perks, one of the things that available is for premium members is the perk program. And this is just a huge discount program. And if you'll jump to the next slide, Wendy. These are all the different types of categories that you can choose from. And once you set up your perk membership, you just go online, you set it up. It's really simple to go step by step through that. And then you can choose which ones of these appeal the most to you and actually have alerts sent to your email. So when a new discount is added or a new supplier or company is put in there, that will come to you. And these are some pretty amazing programs. I just suggest that you go ahead and try that out. Okay. And just a couple other things for Premier members. There's discounts on Dell products, payment solutions set up. And then the next one, I like this too, and I think Amy called it out, was the opportunity to actually submit an article for the NAWBO online NAWBO One e-publication. So if you have that, take advantage of that opportunity if you'd like. So locally, there's just a few kind of categories I would talk about. And the most important benefit I received with Iowa NAWBO, and when I talk to people, this is something that always comes up, is just really the relationships. The group of women that participate in NAWBO is an amazing group of women. We come from a lot of different backgrounds. We run a lot of different businesses. We're all very driven, very strong. And it's an awesome network to get involved in and get to know each other. And so I'd really just strongly suggest that you work on building those relationships and take advantage of the opportunities to get together and meet us. There's obviously the local Iowa, and then as Amy mentioned too, you can do that on the national level. A couple other things, there are discounts. There are discounts that are offered through the program, through the local chapter. So if you're a member, you get to attend member-only events or member events for a little bit less money than if you were a non-member. So the lunches and the other annual events, there's a discount to being a member. And there's also the education pieces. So like what we're doing today and other webinars that are coming up. And there's been a number of webinars the last few weeks that have just been based on educational opportunities for our members. So I just encourage you to participate in those. Next. Also, the opportunity to get involved in leadership. Take advantage of that. You can join an Iowa committee. There are a number of committees. We'll talk a little bit more about that, I think, in an upcoming event next couple of weeks. Participate in the advocacy program. NAWBO was really founded with that focus on advocacy, and we have a lot of opportunities to participate that and move forward our agenda as WBOs. And of course, NAWBO is going to recognize you for your accomplishments in the business organization and the community. And we're proud of that too. And finally, I'm just going to suggest that, tell us about you, reach out to us, let us get to know more about you and your business also. We do have 2 profiles. We'll learn more about that next week. Amy mentioned the Facebooks, the LinkedIn groups. There's Iowa and national groups for those. Host an event. It's a great way to meet people. We did this last, one of the other members and I co-hosted an event last February. It was awesome to have everybody come to our office and get to meet people. It's a great way to showcase your business and spend some time with your sisters. And so I just suggest you that you build your profiles and get involved, reach out to people, make an effort to do that, and you'll reap the rewards of that. So I think that's it. All right.
That's it. So we just really wanted to cover, from our personal perspective, what we found beneficial about NAWBO, what some of our other organization members find beneficial about NAWBO, help you understand in more detail the mission. So really what we're all, who we're looking to serve and how we're looking to help people. Some stats just to have at your fingertips, because we will send this out so you understand what makes up the Iowa chapter and the larger national chapter. And a clear understanding of the difference between national and Iowa, and then those benefits. So hopefully, this was high level, we talked fast. Hopefully it at least gave you a little bit of new knowledge as you work to kind of navigate your membership. And I think more importantly, just to know that you can reach out to anybody at any time. All of member emails can be found on NAWBO Iowa as well. So if you ever are looking to connect with any of us or anybody else, you can just look them up in the membership directory and email directly. And so far, everybody's always responded back to me. So I think we have a pretty engaged group of members. Are there any questions from anyone here about how things have gone so far? If you do have any questions about profiles and whatnot, that'll be covered next week. We'll walk you through that in detail. Anybody not have a profile set up yet?
Amy, I would
Yeah.
just like to mention that, just to reiterate what you said about reaching out to anyone in NAWBO, you will find that whether you're contacting them individually or talking to them at an event, this is a place of no judgment. It's only help and concern. It's camaraderie, not competition. And certainly you don't find that everywhere you go. So take advantage of that to whatever extent you need.
I'm a little curious about the newsletter and the website blog. How is that something if we wanted to present something? Who do we send that to?
Amy, do you want to stop your screen share and we can all see each other again?
Yes.
So anything that you want to present or discuss about communicating with the members through those methods would be to email. We do have an email set up for that. So our communications committee is led by two of the directors, the board directors. And so, so those directors are directly connected to an email, which is communication@nawboiowa.org.
Got it.
We
Same
do
thing
like
with
to
the having the NAWBO logo you said, like, is that who we'd reach out to as well? Like
Yes.
for our website? Okay.
We do like to promote members who are in the news. So whenever you notice a fellow NAWBO member earning an award or being quoted in the newspaper or a picture on social media, share that with the communication team, because then they will forward that on into all of our social media newsletter.
Well, it was nice to see new faces today, and like everybody else, I really can't wait for the day that we can go back to our cocktails and conversation at some lovely local establishment. So
For real.
I know. Well, I hope many of you join next week as well. Kathy's going to walk us through setting up your profile, and I'd had just to plug that a little bit, I'd had my profile set up for about a year, and actually sat in on a webinar on that and realized that I didn't have everything correct. So as an example, no one could find me by my industry. If someone was going out on NAWBO to actually search for marketing, I wasn't popping up. So that was a big miss. So we're gonna make sure that we take you all through that next week, so you really understand how to make your profile searchable and findable for those that might be looking to connect with you. Okay. Have a
Excellent.
great rest of your day,
Awesome.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Mhm.
Thanks, Amy.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.